Hey, let's say you've taken the GMAT, you're in the process of shortlisting schools that you need to apply to. One parameter that all of us will take a look at, and you should, is basically to look at the median or the average GMAT or GRE score for the batch that recently joined the school. Let's illustrate it with some numbers. It helps us understand what is actually happening. Let's say the median score for that particular school is 655. The common advice is apply to that school if you have at least 10 to 20 points above that. If your score is 665, 675, that's a school that is well within your range. You would also have heard this advice, which is very right. If you're applying to the top 20 business schools, have your GMAT score, which is 30, 40 points above the median. Like, let's say the school has a median GMAT score of 675, apply to it when you have a 715 and above. All of this is valid advice for the simple reason, if you're an Indian applicant, you are applying in a very competitive application pool, which essentially means that you need to stand out. One way to stand out is by having a high GMAT score, right? All that is known. Does that mean that if you have a 635 as a GMAT score, you cannot apply to these schools? That's not true. GMAT is one parameter, one very important parameter. The same goes for GRE too, that schools use to look at an application's competitiveness, or like whether they should take that applicant into that particular school. There are multiple things they look at. A holistic approach is what they actually go by. There are examples of our students. We had a student, let's call her Miss P, who got a 305 in the GRE and applied to a top 20 business school and got a 65% tuition fee waiver when the school's median GRE score was about 312. It was 7 points below the median. An Indian applicant who applied to it, she basically brought in leadership skills and she presented her case so well that the school gave her an admit and also gave her 65% tuition fee waiver. There are cases of others who also got similar things with 5 to 10 points below in the GRE or about 20-30 points below in the GMAT and have got admissions. What made their case stand out? One, they wrote beautiful essays which essentially showcased a lot of points about them which the GMAT score probably would not have told, and they could narrate their story very well in the interview and convince the admission panel that they are a candidate worthy of being selected by the school. They also presented examples which basically vibed with what the school's philosophy and culture essentially meant. So if your GMAT score is lesser, don't shy away from it. See if you have diversity, you're bringing in some kind of a diversity to the applicant pool, and you have a story which is going to connect with what the school is looking at, right? So don't shy away, give it a shot if it makes sense for the other parameters.